once you're done cropping your pictures, you should be left with a grid that looks like this. We should see each of our photos completely filling in the guides that we already had there. We're not using the transform tool, just crop it, copy and paste it, and it should snap right into these guides. So to hide our guides, now that everything is arranged, press Command: on your keyboard and it'll hide them. If you press it again, they'll show, but it's not deleting anything, it's just removing them from visibility. Let's start with the top left-hand corner, and we're going to start applying different adjustments to each of these images. You can use your Move tool, top tool in your toolbar, click on the top left photo, and it's going to select the layer over here in your Layers panel. In the Image menu at the top of your screen, you're going to click on Image, you're going to hover over Adjustments, and then we're going to start off with a black and white adjustment. So if you click black and white, a menu will pop up. You can leave all of these values as is and just press OK. So this is just changing our image into black and white. You'll notice that there's not a lot of contrast going on. It looks very gray. So we want to increase the contrast with another adjustment. So again, go up to Image, Adjustments, and we're going to go with Levels. The top section of this menu has to do with contrast, so this is a really strong way to adjust our values in this image. You'll notice that we're missing some shadows. There's no information in this graph right near the dark shadows, and there's not a lot of information near these highlights either. So to kind of fix that, we're going to slide this slider, and as I slide the black triangle, you're going to see the shadows are getting darker. As I pull the white arrow to the left, you can see my highlights are getting brighter. There's a little more of a difference between your shadows and highlights, and you can also adjust your midtones. Those are all the tones between shadows and highlights by sliding the little gray triangle in the middle. All right, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to press OK. And we're done with adjustments on our first image. As long as you have values from darkest darks to lightest lights, that's what we're looking for with a contrast adjustment. All right, let's move on. The next adjustment that we're gonna do is on our top right image. Again, with the Move tool, just click one time and you're gonna see it'll automatically select the layer in your Layers panel. This is telling Photoshop what you're trying to edit. Let's go up to the Image menu, hover over Adjustments, and this, we're gonna do a Hue Saturation adjustment. Click on Hue Saturation. The word hue is a synonym for the word color, and saturation has to do with how vibrant the colors look. So I want you to just choose any other hue. Hue is going to change the color of the picture. So I'm going to slide this. Maybe I'll make it like a greenish teal color. And saturation, I want you to set to 60. So that looks a little bit neon. I'm going to just tone it down a little with the hue. I'll go into the reds. That looks a little better. We don't lose as much detail. All right, so hue, you can choose the value. Saturation, set it to 60, and then press OK. Moving right along, in the bottom corner, we're going to click once with the Move tool, Image, Adjustments, and this time we're going to go to Posterize. This section has some things that are a little bit more abstract. Threshold is great for stencils. Posterize is pretty cool. It separates all of your colors into layers. So where it says Levels, I want you to set this value to 4, and you're going to see it separates it. It makes it look almost like a painting, definitely more abstract than the photograph that you started with. And then press OK. And finally, in the bottom corner, you're going to choose whatever adjustment you'd like to work with. So I'm going to click once on this ice cube. My layer is selected. That's good. Click on Image, Adjustments, and then use something that we haven't worked with yet. So you could try adding a photo filter. You could change the vibrance, the exposure. I'm going to do, let's do gradient mapping. Gradient maps replace values with colors. We'll get to this a little bit later on in the course. But I'm just going to replace all the colors. I like how that looks, and I'm going to press OK. So now, looking at all of your adjustments, you should have a high contrast black and white edit in the top left. Hue is your choice. Saturation is 60 in the top right corner. Posterize should be set to 4 levels in the bottom left. and your choice in the bottom right. When you're finished with all of these steps, please save the document as a Photoshop PDF by going to File, Save As, and make sure the format says PDF. Now you're done.